Hey Sam, it's Tuesday, October 14th, and this is Friendship 2.0. So in your video, you talked about the channel One Time, and I went through and I watched their videos, and they were just really, really cool. So I love that idea of incorporating that into ours. So I'm going to go through the same 3 that you did, and then I have a few other things that I'd like to talk about today, including, but not limited to, your punishment. You weird, I weird, but mostly I weird. My junior year of high school, I moved to Cincinnati, and I didn't know anybody there at all, so my second class of the day was orchestra. When I was in orchestra, I was doing a get-to-know-you activity with all the people there, and I met this girl, and her name was Maddie. And she was super nice, and we had a really good time. We got along, and then class was over, moved on with the rest of my day. About 2 bells later, I saw her in the hallway, and so I said, "Hey, Maddie, how are you?" And then she looked at me with eyes like daggers. I was like, oh, maybe she didn't like me as much as I thought she did. That was fun. So I kind of took it and went on with the day. Well, then I got to my last class of the day, and Maddie was in my class again. Or so I thought. Class was going around, and I was like, can we do introductions? Because I don't know anybody here. Everybody else knows each other, but I don't know anybody. So they were like, oh, yeah. So we start going around doing introductions, and we get to Maddie, and she says, "Hi, I'm Fiona." And I said, "Wait, what?" She said, "I'm Fiona." And I said, "Oh, that makes sense. Maddie and Fiona are nearly identical twins." Good job, Katie. What's on second? The second country I ever went to was Germany, and I went there when I was 12 because my aunt, uncle, and a couple of my cousins lived there. We went to visit, and it was a beautiful country. It was the most amazing experience to go. I felt so independent. That was probably the most independent I'd ever been because it was safer there to just go and do things and be outside and ride bikes and walk around the town than anywhere I'd ever been in my entire life. And it was a beautiful, beautiful place. Not far from the tree. I want to pause just for a second to say that I love your not far from the tree story. That was crazy. Like, I didn't know that elk did that. I know of elk, but I don't know about elk. So that was just a crazy thing to hear about. If there's cake in the house, there's cake for breakfast till it's gone. If any of that didn't make sense to you, link in the dooblydoo for One Time. Find the video and you'll understand. Today's video is going to have a lot of links in the dooblydoo, because I've been watching a couple videos and experiencing some things that I think are really important to talk about. So the first thing is Vlogbrothers. I was watching the Looking Away video from when John was in Ethiopia, and he talks about how every time we see something that is maybe sad or that we don't like to acknowledge, we look away. In his video, he's talking about how he has the approval from these people to tape them, but he continuously looks away with the camera. He videotapes his shoes over and over and over, and it's because we don't want to see the sad. We don't want to see the heartbreaking video, but sometimes we have to force ourselves to look, and I think that's a really powerful message. At the very end, he says, learn to listen and not to look away, and I think that's something that we should really, really work on. So that kind of ties in with your punishment, as well as a project that I'd like to propose. Your punishment. Dun dun dun. I don't like really doing mean punishments, and you didn't want anything gross. So I figured I'd do a punishment that helps everyone involved. It's going to give you some exposure to life outside of having to do schoolwork and the monotonous day-to-day of everything. And then it'll also help other people. So your punishment is to do a 1-hour minimum of community service within the next 2 weeks. I know life happens and we get busy, so 2 weeks. If you have any problem with that, 3 weeks is fine. I'm flexible, so yeah. But I think that'll be really, really great because it gives you a chance to help someone and it helps yourself by getting to have that experience. Project. The project that I'd like to propose is kind of an urban experiment, and it really, unless you have a handy cam video recorder, will have to be done with your phone, either in short snips or something like that. This project is related to the looking away video that John Green did, but it's right where you are. I'd like to propose that each of us find at least one person and get their approval for us to record them and have a conversation with them, learn about their lives, and see how they're doing. And I'd prefer it to be a stranger, but it can be someone you know that you just don't talk to or something like that. And I just think that it's important to have connections like that and to learn about people's lives. To give a little plug, I kind of got this idea from a movement that I'm participating in, sort of. I'm really busy, so I have a lot of trouble fulfilling it, but it's called the Grand City Experiment. It's a Cincinnati Central experiment, and every day I get an email with a different goal to accomplish. Up to date, I haven't really actually done any of them, but they're really, really cool ideas for social experiments. Some of them have included getting coffee with a stranger, asking how their day has been, high-fiving strangers, and just general finding out about how you can improve the lives of others. I think that's a really important thing for everyone to do, and so I think that'd be a really cool project. If you're down, cool. I'm definitely going to do it as well. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get like a cheap handy cam, and I'd like to start just doing videotaping in general through life just to experience life. Because I think sometimes we don't really understand what we're looking over, what we're not paying attention to, and I think looking at a video of it is a really, really cool experience. So I'd like to start doing that, and we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Oh, and obviously I cut all my hair off. What do you think? Yes? No? Yes? No? Let me know. Also, bonus video coming up. I'll probably be putting that up today or tomorrow. I went to the Renaissance Fair this weekend, and it was awesome. So I have some videos of a Scottish rock band that was there called Albanoch, and they were really cool, and some pictures. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you on Friday. Let me know what you think of your punishment in this video, and yeah, till Friday.